Good evening. So I was able to this week do a hands-on tour through the Salesforce new AI features, and it's a pretty good hands-on if you get the chance to do it. So this was the org that they provided for us, and it was just a 4-day org. So I thought I need to show some things that is not about AI, but this is something I want to show the Salesforce product managers for emails and flow as to what you could do with some bits in here that you've already built to make our email experience and our Salesforce record experience just so much better with features you've already built and that you don't have to charge any more money for to anyone. So we're talking about emails, and we're talking about how to efficiently use flow in both emails and in Salesforce records. Setting the scenario in, I want to be able to use an lightning email template to build an email that does something like this. I've got a campaign, and my campaign is for an event. This is the email I want to send to all of the people in the campaign that have subscribed to the event. And I want to send that to them, a week before the event, giving them the details about the campaign and all of the specific details about how to get there and specific details about that event that they're attending are. So in this one, I've got the campaign member, what the dining options that they have chosen. So usually with event management, you're dealing with dietary options or any number of things that are specific to that event. So I want that detail to come from the campaign member. I want the details to come from the campaign, or maybe even a record related to the campaign. It might be a venue. If you've got multiple venues that you regularly use, you may want to send they're getting their instructions. I want it to come from me as the event manager, and I want to send it to the event people, and I want to have the regular text that says this is why you get that email. I previously built something like this back in 2014, 2015 with Visualforce email templates. So I know this can be done with Visualforce email templates. But Visualforce email templates doesn't give the team, your user team, the ability to build the emails the way they want. So Visualforce emails need to have you as the admin code all these, or you might need an external coder to code all these Visualforce emails. So yes, you can do it, but with the beauty of this Lightning Email Template Builder is just fabulous, and it's got some excellent features, and we can do images if they want to change out the banner image. We want the users to be able to change out the banner image. We want this ability to allow the changes in the email if they want to just add a personalized section to the email. This is some absolutely fabulous features in this Lightning Email Template Builder, but we can't use it. Okay, so let's go into our contact. First of all, we're going to start on our contact. Now, again, we're in this Coral Cloud Resort trial org, and it's got one of these, all of these Salesforce demos that they show at the moment. They're trying to force this idea down our throats that you need this contact card that takes up a third of the Lightning page layout. And you need the rest of the page to be taken up to the whole width, because you're going to have a whole third of the page taken up by Einstein. I don't know why I can't use the Einstein, but anyway, it's not what I'm here for. I'm not really interested in looking at the Einstein. But I cannot continue with this demo looking at this terrible, terrible, terrible layout, because it means nothing to you, to me, to your users, to anyone. Like, who in their orgs has photographs of as every single one of their contacts? And if you've done that, if you've got that, have you done a privacy impact assessment of what it will entail to keep all of that sensitive information about all of your contacts? Probably not. So no, you do not want a photograph of every single one of your contacts on your org, no matter what Salesforce pretty demo you see of Salesforce. I've done a whole other video about this magical demo record page. And I've got a page on over here, so go and have a look at that. So just going to pause the video here, and I'm going to come back with a properly built page so that we can continue this without looking at something that looks terrible. Okay, phew, that looks much better. So we've got our regular highlights panel, we've got our regular details and related, we've got our regular activity and chatter, and of course I've put in some Salesforce indicators because that's what I do in every single org. So the premise of this workshop to do this AI stuff was the end result was put in some guest summary features based on these interests. And they said they might like other things, like they're interested in pickleball, so they might like pickleball. They're interested in golf, so they might like family putt-putt. They're interested in tennis, so they might like Sunrise Doubles Challenge. I think that people could actually do that themselves without reading, work themselves that out themselves without reading a long sentence. So with this, I've put my indicators being the couple of the interests that they have, yoga, tennis, golf, that they're here on a digital detox. We got their information from social media. They are a high value customer because they've done $1 million worth of lifetime value. They've come to us 10 times, and they have their next booking within the next month. So at a glance, I can see the value of this record. I don't need a $75 per user per month tool to tell me that what the value of this person is to me. I can see that there with a absolutely free tool that just takes a half an hour to set up. And this is then can be used for every single contact, and and as many situations as you like. Okay, so that's about as much about the AI stuff that we actually did in this demo that I'm going to talk through, but it's actually good to do the demo. So now we're really going to focus on these emails, right? So let's just try and send an email. And of course, I can send an email, just a regular email, just straight type an email. Now I've got my signature here, and my Salesforce signature, my standard Salesforce signature can have HTML in it. So I've got the regular signature here and without a hyperlink, but I've got bold text here. And if I just want to type an email, I can do that. Okay, so I've got some email templates here. So let's just go back. So I've got that one with a banner, but I've got some simpler ones too. So I've got just event template. So this is an event template that's based on the campaign, where I'd like to bring in the details of the campaign and maybe the campaign member. Okay, but I can't link a related entry type to the campaign member. So there's no ability to link a related entity type to the campaign member. So I'm never going to get that. Okay, so what I would have to do there, I'd have to use a DLRS, declarative lookup rollup summaries, to roll up the latest event dining options to the contact, and maybe put that on the contact record and then use the contact field. Maybe I could do that. So I'll just remove this at the moment. But this one says it's related entity type is campaign, but I cannot keeps clicking the wrong thing. I cannot insert that template. This template is called event template, or lightning templates. Event template. There is no event template here because this is only looking for templates with contacts, right? But if I go to the campaign and I go to the campaign members, and I want to go to the campaign member, I can't send an email from here because there's no activity on the campaign member. Okay, so I can send an email from here. I can send a list email, and I can insert a template, insert a template, but I can't see that. Or yep, I cannot see that template here. So there's only the event template contact. Oh, because yes, you can see here that when I insert the template, it's only finding emails, templates for contacts and leads. So there's absolutely no way to send a template, even though you can build a template based on a related entity type of campaign. There is no way to send that email template. Okay, so let's have a look at my email template that I've got for email template, event template for contact. But I've got contact, and if I say the related entity is campaign, which you should be able to do. So let's go back to our contact, and I want to send that email. So I'm going to go to email and insert a template, event template contact, insert that. It says it inserts, but let's just do a preview. And it says we don't recognize the field prefix campaign. Associate a record that matches the prefix, update the template to remove the merge field from the body. Okay, so related to campaigns. Okay, search for that campaign, epic events. Now let's see if we can preview that. Great, now we've got the campaign details there. And this is great that it's in, it's got the HTML. I put in my campaign, and this is in the red that I put in my email template. Now, the email signature is broken, but this is something that was raised with the email PM back in 2019 when they introduced email templates, signatures in email templates, and broke HTML in email signatures. So if you've currently got HTML in email signatures and you're using that in your regular classic style emails or regular single send emails, and you want to use a signature in an email template, you can't. You're going to have to choose one or the other. So you might have to completely update all of your email signatures across your whole org. And they've known about that since 2019 and haven't done anything about it. So that's email PMs, please fix that broken bit. Of course, there's no idea for this because it's not an idea. It's an absolute bug that was introduced when the signature field came into email templates in 2019. Okay, so this is like half the way there. So that might be good. Again, we could do that thing with a dinner of rolling up the field to the contact record and using that. So that might be useful. That might be a way of doing it. So, but I can't send it because we're on a trial log and I can't send that email. But what I cannot then is send that to a list. So I could create a list here of all the people in my campaign. But I cannot then relate this list email to a campaign. So even though I put the event template contact in here, I cannot use the campaign because it's not related to it. So then it becomes really useless because I need to be able to send this to all of my campaign recipients. So you think you're getting somewhere, and then you're come up against another brick wall. Do we have any other ways of doing it? We can't use Lightning email template in a quick action because of this bug that has last been updated 6 years ago. Email PMs, please update this idea to tell us when this terrible misstep is going to be fixed. There's been a new feature that's been released in the last couple of releases, which has been able to use quick actions in Lightning Web Components. And you'd think you'd be able to use an Lightning email template in a Lightning Web Component. No, you can't, because it uses this quick action and it's got this same limitation. Okay, so this is the cross-object merge fields as to why we can't use that campaign stuff in the email template. So again, when they introduced handlebars in about 2018, the handlebars format in Lightning email templates, they said that they were going to improve the roadmap and have all sorts of other things added to the handlebars functionality, because handlebars is not a Salesforce thing, it's an actual templating thing, a web-based templating things. So there's a whole lot of functionality of handlebars, and this is part of this cross-object merge field that's been sitting here for a long while, and it's just like, nothing, not on the roadmap, a year ago, not on the roadmap. And I really urge you to look at this really long thread that's been going for well over a year to see some more details about that. So what you can do is what Austin has said here. In the meantime, you can use like full HTML format for the whole email body in an email template, or you can use that in full email in Flow. You can use the standard email, send email action, or the send better email action to Flow to build your full HTML to be able to send it out there. However, that just goes back to the problem with what we've got with Visualforce email templates, that it relies then on an admin to build and maintain it. So still just not ideal. Yes, I'm saying, yes, I have and can send these emails, but just not in the way that I would like to be able to, using the tools that Salesforce has now provided as being the best of breed, which is the Lightning email templates. Okay, so where does this new prompt builder functionality come into this? Well, there's some really cool features in this new prompt builder that would actually really help and would mean that I actually don't need to build cross-object merge fields in email templates. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go to prompt builder, and I'm going to have a look at an email that I tried to create with for this email. So let's just try and look at this email and saying, I really strongly base this off the samples that are included in here. When I asked you to generate a campaign invite email, you are going to put in details, include the exact contents of this flow. So I've got the flow, the campaign details coming out of a flow, and I'll show you that flow in a minute. And the getting there flow is going to come into that, and I'll show you that too. The email must mention the dining options the customer has selected. The signature must use warm regards and include the email signature. So I'm testing this email signature again. Then I've just, again, copied the details from that. For some reason, no matter what GPT I use, I cannot preview this. I don't know what's wrong with whether there's something wrong that I've done, or whether some email that you can't use a campaign member. I don't know why. It's like, so you can't actually test this out. You can only try and send the email. Okay, but I just want to show you this really cool feature is what you can build. So in here, you can use cross-object fields, right? So here I've set this campaign invite prompt builder up as being related to the campaign member. So I can use campaign member fields. So therefore I can input that campaign member dining options. I can use cross object fields, campaign member, and I can go up to campaign and put in my details. If I wanted to just put in the campaign start date or whatever, I can do that. So there is a really good the prompt builder, get to know prompt builder trailhead, and it says, so she wants the output to generate an email containing the events for the client to attend. So she builds a flow that inputs all of the events that is interested, that is in her network. Okay, so there's a pretty cool use case here. Okay, so what we can do with flows is I've only done this as a simple output, but you could output a list of details. So a list of events, a list of upcoming events, a list of products that they previously sold, anything that you could output in looping through a list of records, or looping anything you can put in a flow. You can output that into this prompt template. Now, it's not quite there. I'd love it to be there. It doesn't handle HTML. Okay, so let's just have a look at that in a second. But what I've done is, here is my flow. So I've just done the most simplest way. It's I just called the flow output campaign getting there. So remember, this is my campaign. So let's go back to my campaign. So I've set up my campaign. and I've put in there all of the details about how we get to the venue. So on my campaign, I fill in that detail. Now, if I've got venues that I use regularly, I'll probably just do this on the venue page and do a lookup on the campaign to the venue. But when I did this for my clients, they had a blurb that they would like to personalize this event. Something more details about this event that they would like to personalize. So I put a rich text field on the campaign that they could personalize the event with, and then put that into my Visualforce email template. So this is what I want to have on my campaign email. Now, on my campaign members, I want to see that that Aggie has chosen the 3-course vegan buffet as her dining option. So let's have a look at my flow. So I have got a template triggered prompt flow. Okay, this is a new type of flow, and it's for a sales email template capability. So maybe if we had, again, flow PMs, if we had that prompt template type to be a lightning email template capability, that would be really cool. And then we've got here our input data types are our contact and our campaign member. Okay, now again, off topic, flow PMs, why can't we do this with screen flows and have this excellent input bit on screen flows that are based on a record? And so we don't have to build up the record type ID or anything. So then once you do this flow has a output variable of prompt that you can set with any value. Now, I thought this value was going to be able to be rich text or HTML. So I put it as a rich text template. And I just put some simple color in my template, and I've just put in the most basic details. Now, in the example that you go through in this workshop, you'll go through creating a flow that loops through and adds different records to the prompt. So I haven't done that in this example. This is just the most simplest example, but think about whatever you can do in a flow, you can then do that and output that to here. So, but I'd love to output HTML here, and then I want that HTML to be able to be put inside exactly in the same way as this is done, inside a Lightning email template. So if I go to my Lightning email templates and go to my email template builder, so just like I've got here, this resource bit here and this here, why can't I have that here and insert that, a flow, into my email template builder so that I can output all of that details from that flow into that. I won't need to have cross-object merge fields. I would have to create a flow for each one of the cross-object merge fields that I would have to do, and I'd have a whole heap of flows. But now with the ability to filter list views of flows, I could just put them somewhere and not look at them again. But again, you've already built this. You've already built this. You don't need to build another thing. I'm not asking you to take off 68,280 points by putting cross-object merge fields in email template. Just surface this bit into email template builder. This has nothing to do with LLMs. We don't need to be charging any money for this. It's not doing any extra, computer processing power that LLMs are doing. It's just outputting data that we already have via a flow into an email template, right? That's all I want. Please just make that happen, okay? And you think, oh, no, actually, no, that can't happen. No, there's some other reasons why. No. Well, I tell you what, someone else has already done it, right? So Evolve Forms is a package, more of a concept package, because it's not a deployable actual AppExchange package, but there are some amazing features in this, and I can't recommend using this whole of Evolve Forms in a production org at this point in time. But oh my God, if Mitch could build up a little bit more of pull out some key features out of this Evolve Forms and build it as little bits of pieces, this would be amazing. So I'm just going to show you this. And this here is HTML outputted from a flow into a field on a Salesforce record with details from the record in the flow. Okay, again, really simplest example. Have bold and rich text and color text inside a field in a flow, in an object on Salesforce. How cool is this? Now, so you imagine that you could actually put that field then in an email template. They've already done it. It's already there. You've got the code right there on the Evolve Forms website. You know, this is like, oh my God, when I built this demo, it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, you know, this bit in our contact list where we've got this AI enabled field, right? Why can't I have a flow enabled field? Okay, again, you've already built it. And you can see that, you know, you can have full flow capabilities because Mitch has already built it also. So rather than this being an Einstein generative AI prompt, why can't this be a flow prompt, flow template? Insert a flow output here. Okay, so we just choose the instead of an AI thing that we'd have to pay money for, that we just output the contents of a flow there, and you just render whatever we want in the flow in that field, exactly like I'm asked you to render whatever we put in the flow in that email template. Why can't you do that? That would be just so incredible. Now, I know that Elizabeth has said on her roadmap that Lightning Components as fields is coming in a couple of, you know, releases, and that would be amazing. And when I can do that, and I can put an indicator in a Lightning component, one indicator in, you know, next to one field, put one indicator sort of in the middle of a field section, that would be amazing too. But this is already built. I don't have to wait 5 or 6 releases for Elizabeth to get that onto the roadmap. This is already built. Just make this ability to export a flow there, and have a look at what Evolve Forms has done to do that. And that would just be so incredible for what we want. Okay, so just finishing off this, I'm just going to, for the fun of it, try this email template that I built using AI, and see that if I was paying $75 per user per month for my events people or sales reps to email to use this tool, would it actually do any benefit for me? As I said, this one is not a lot of benefit, but maybe it's worthwhile for the email functionality. So let's do an email. I'm going to go draft with Einstein, and we are going to use our campaign invite, and we're going to search for our campaign member. Now, why doesn't the campaign member come up? I don't know, but again, there's something wrong here. The campaign members are not being displayed, but hit continue, and a few million dinosaurs have been burnt in the process of actually doing this, but we're just ignoring that extra compute and environmental impacts at this point in time. We'll see what it comes up with. Wow, what a mess. Okay, this is even worse than what I did previously. So it doesn't even have any HTML paragraphs. So it doesn't have any HTML. So that was small, and I had the image there, and I had headings and everything like that. Yeah, that was an issue with my prompt, that I had both prompts. It's good that it uses your existing email signature, but I need to take this email signature out of my prompt. Let's just try that again. Campaign invite, because I actually had it working. like reasonably, still won't work with HTML. And that's a bit that's sort of the only bit that's sort of needed from that flow output is that flow output could generate HTML. Now, you don't need HTML if you're going to just send this output to an LLM, but we need the HTML if we're going to output this to our email templates. Okay, so yeah, this is I at least did have it was still ugly. This bit was really ugly, but it was at least had some extra paragraph marks in it before. Okay, and this is the event to attend. You must be there to win all prizes we have on offer. I said you need to output that exact text from the campaign. So that actually did that one rule. You know, I said you must use warm regards, and you put a signature in, and yeah. Other than the output of the HTML, it didn't do a bad job. But this again, I can't use a LLM generated email in a list email template. So I can't send to all of my people in my list. And I don't understand paying for this functionality when it goes against all of the reasons we use email templates. So the reasons we use email templates is we want across our whole organization. We want consistency in formatting. We want consistency in fonts and colors. We want consistency in the voice that we're using across all of our emails. We want consistency in what data we're sending them. We want that your marketing team can control the message and set up those email templates, or your executive team or whoever is in control of that can set up those email templates. And so that the email templates are done so that your sales team or your events team don't have to really think about what they're sending at that time. Okay, they can just send that email out. Or it gets sent out automated a week before the event, but then allow them to just then modify their email just with a little bit of a free text before they send it to get that personalization in there. You don't need to pay $75 US per month per user to do that. So I cannot recommend AI functionality, but that was not the point of really this video. So in summary, we want to be able to use these excellent new flows. These new flows are just like fabulous. When I saw Evolve Forms and what they've done with how they use flows, I just thought this is amazing. And then when I saw the prompt builder first time a number of months ago, I thought, oh, how fabulous is this? So this is these new flow types, which you can't see in a regular org. You can only see it in an org that has got the AI add-on. It's called a template triggered prompt flow. So let's call it a template triggered. No, it's not, because it's not. It's a output flow output flow. I don't know. Think of I'll let you think of a name. Flow PMs, but it's exactly like that. And it is. We want that flow to be able to output full HTML format from whatever we want it to do, and we want to put that into an email template builder in exactly the same way as the this resource panel is here. This resource panel here, build that into email template builder, allow us to have cross-object merge fields with that input functionality, allow us to get any of the flow outputs into our email templates, allow us to have that as full HTML, and allow us to put that flow outputs into as an input to a field on it's read-only field. I don't want to be able to edit that field after you input the flow. I just want to read only of that flow field in a flow. Now, it may have the same amount of resource usage as running multiple flows on the same on a page, screen flows, but I think it would be less because it's not got the heaviness of a screen flow, and it's just the output, and you're just embedding it into a field value. I think that would be a lot less intensive than having multiple screen flows on a page. So this is already built. You've got a great resource here in this little code base as to how it already functions into a field value or into the calculated values, just so you can go to the right bit of code. And the dynamic flows bit is the flows bit. It's already there. It already does it. I just can't install this whole package just to get that functionality because there's some more issues with the way it handles the actual forms itself. But so it's already built. Can we do it? Can we just release this, get this out there? Next release. So, you know, there's nothing to build. There's just surface this stuff in the right places. And in EE edition, at no additional cost, please, please, please build that now.